been so very long since Lady Luck kissed you. Still, you listen for her song and pray that she missed you. Dead inside, 'cause you know it's all pretend. Close your eyes, 'cause you're going off the deep end again. You're living for the rush, for the royal flush, but you take what you can get. You play your final ace for a pretty face. Tastes like scotch and cigarettes, and you can't help falling, going all in, though your odds are bleak, till you break your losing streak. Oh, no, no. You're living for the rush, for the royal flush, but the next best thing will do. You wanna spare your chips on these rosy lips, trying to get me next to you, 'cause you can't help needing to believe in finding what you seek. Still you break your losing streak. Wow! Hi everyone, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And hello, Vicky. It's so good to see you. I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking up a lot during that song, so the fact you're still saying that, that's very flattering. Thank you so much. So I have to wait till everyone's here, but I do have another charity award that was recently delivered. I'm gonna wait till more people are in though so I can show you guys. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it's super cool. So I'm very excited to show you guys, but another piece of art has been officially delivered for the charity reward for the Kids Help Phone event. I believe this was the $100 goal, although ironically enough, it looks more like it should have been, what, like the $600 goal, considering how much details in this fucking thing. But again, I'm gonna wait till everyone else is here to show it, because I really want you guys to see how cool it is. So yeah, you could not tell. Well, I think Rose put it best, like, people aren't gonna know you fucked up if you don't acknowledge it. And that's what she said. She was like, people aren't gonna know if you screwed up singing if you don't say that you screwed up. Instead, just act like it's part of the whole thing. And that's the advice I took from her. So unless like it's a really bad fuck up, I try not to acknowledge it in the moment. So maybe that's why. Maybe my slight confidence is covering it up a little bit. But how are you, Vicky? But yeah, other than the art I recently got, I don't have anything else to tell you guys, but Sammy does. Sammy! Alrighty, everyone. So as you guys know, I actually recently went to my old family doctor, since I still had an appointment with them and I was going to honor it. And I got referred to an allergy clinic. I am so happy. I don't know when they're gonna contact me about the whole thing. Hopefully soon. But for now, I'm kind of just waiting to see when they do. But in the meantime, my old doctor prescribed me a couple medications that I take every single day, once in the morning, once at night, to basically manage, like, the fact that, I'm gonna be honest, I can't necessarily breathe out of my nose. If I am 110% honest, before this moment, I couldn't necessarily breathe out of my nose super consistently. Even now, like, I'm stuffed up right now, but that's besides the point. I can reliably breathe out of my nose with the exception of, like, a couple moments. And, it's been crazy actually being able to breathe out of my nose. In fact, there was a point where at the beginning of stream, breaking immersion here, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do the Aurora voice properly because, again, my nose is clear. It hasn't been clear for the longest time, I can tell you that right now. So, yeah, needless to say, my new medication is working great, and I am dealing with a lot less now, which is very, very nice. I am very happy, and hopefully this progress continues. It is a little weird, though, like, that I have to take 2 medications. So, one of them I have to take is, like, a usual, like, allergy pill, but it's a lot stronger than what's available over the counter, so nothing too crazy. The weird thing is that I'm also taking a nasal spray. And this is like, kind of a fancy bottle nasal spray. Like, it's in a glass bottle, guys. It is in a glass fucking bottle. And the thing is that if you know anything but me, I don't like anything like going up my nose. I hate COVID tests for that reason. I still do them anyway, but I don't like COVID tests because of that reason. So needless to say, like, having, like, stuff dripping out of my nose early in the morning, it's weird. It's real fucking weird, but on the plus side, again, it helps me breathe throughout the day, so I am not complaining. I am not complaining. I really love it personally. But yeah, other than that, oh yeah, I found something very sad that happened today. So yesterday I sent out an email to my whole team saying, hey, just so you know, my placement student's going to be finishing up on the 5th. Come to find out today that he's actually finishing up tomorrow. And I'm just like, I am being fucking blindsided here. I shouldn't have sent that email out yesterday. So I had to go back to that email and tell everyone, hey, I got the date wrong. It's tomorrow. I am sorry. So yeah, needless to say, I'm a little sad because I'm going to be without my placement student for a while, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just very happy, like, it all worked out really well, and we will be getting him back, like, after winter break. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited, to say the least. Bland nasal spray. I know. It's not bad, though. It's not a bad feeling. It's not like some nasal sprays I've used where, like, you know, it sprays the whole nostril and it makes me feel super uncomfortable. This one, it's kind of like a fine point of spraying. It's just like a sort of done situation. But yeah, you got this. Thank you. I will say this is my weirdest week that I have in my work history because first up, I didn't have work on Monday because I had that appointment. And then I don't go to work on Friday because it's a virtual day. It's like a virtual PD day. So I'm going to get to be, tomorrow is like basically my Friday, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Cuz my job on Friday is essentially just listen to lectures in the comfort of my own home. Just let that sink in. I get to do my work from home for a change, which is really nice. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it that I have to update you guys on. I've been over the moon. Oh yeah, there is one more thing. Okay, so I mentioned this on my last stream. I'm also like saying this to the wind for the people who watch my VODs. Oscar, hi. Sorry, I want to freak him out and see if he like hears this. That receptionist that was very mean to me. I just want you guys to know that the next time I was in that office, it seemed like she was walking on eggshells. That lady's job is at risk because of how she treats people. Just let that sink in. Yeah. Either way, guys, Aurora has to pick up something real quick. She has to go get ice for her water. But when she comes back, we're going to get started with Stanley Parable. So, see you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm just loading the game now, but I might be stalling for time a little bit because my mod, so the lovely lady who made this guide that I am following right now, she's stuck in like networking hell at the moment. For some reason, like it's only my stream specifically that she's having this issue where she can't necessarily like enter my stream. It's giving her like a network error. I think, Vicky, you can see my stream, right? Oh, thank God, I remembered. I'm in the Stanley Parable, too. Thank God. Yes, okay. Oh, hello, Colin. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How are you? And Echo Shun! Echo Shun! That's why I say to Twitch right now, because it's not letting love in, and I'm peeved. I'm peeved. It's not letting my mod in. My amazing mod, might I add, who made this beautiful guide for me that I am currently following. She even left me, like, little notes. She left me notes, guys. Notes! So it, like, bothers the crap out of me that, like, Twitch isn't letting her in. Fun fact, am I stalling for time? Yes. I am 100% stalling for time. But pretty much, she is the reason why I'm calling her, why I called this stream the Purple Bricked Road. Is it because I'm partially, like, you know, obsessed with Wicked? Yes, very much so. But it's also because one of Love's, theme colors is purple. So I thought it'd be kind of fun, like, you know, follow the yellow brick road. Instead, no, I'm following the purple brick road because of love. But yeah, no, it is frustrating. It is frustrating. Anxiety, panic today. Oh, Twitch, you need to treat love better. Are you okay, Colin, by the way?
Like, I know you believe me, but I just... So, like, this is your stream. This is your stream height. So yeah, this is fine. And then, let's say...
My mod, ladies and gentlemen, my mod.
Fine. And then, let's say...
The fuck, Twitch? Twitch. There's my bud, my amazing, my beautiful, wonderful bud. Yes, give her a sub. She's gonna need it today. She's gonna need it. Thank you, Vicky. But yes, that is my mod right fucking there. She is amazing. She is wonderful. She is the one who made the guide I am currently following. So please go check out Love. She's amazing. She is wonderful. She is absolutely the best. Also, Love, I think they heard you when I was, like, playing that video from, like... Ah! Huh? Thank you so, so much, all checks out. But thank you so much, Colin. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hi, Brian. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Okay. So since there's a lot of people here, before we get started with the game, there is something I want to show you guys now that you guys are all here before we get started with Stanley Parable. So as you guys know, in the summer, we managed to raise over $800 for Kids Help Phone. And one of the goals that I had stated was I would get art of your guys' choosing. And the winner of that vote was Elder Aurora fighting a dragon. And the art just got delivered last night. And I wanted to wait until a bunch of you guys were here. But here it is! Ta-da! So this was made by the wonderful Amalus. I'll link their VGen real quick. So please go check out Amalus. They are amazing. They are wonderful. And this is the piece. And they specifically said they made it so that way it'd be so detailed you could zoom in at any point to see really close up, including seeing my elder form. So yeah, this was made by the amazing Amalus. So thank you so much, Amalus, for making this. This is so pretty. I'm shook at like how cool it looks. I highly recommend them, by the way. They are a little bit busy with exam season right now, so that's why it took so long to come out. But they were very open with the whole process. They were very sweet and understanding. So yeah, this is for you guys as a thank you for helping out the Kids Help Phone event. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything you guys have done. Technically today is a part of the Kids Help Phone streams because, well, playing the Stanley Parable was one of the rewards for me reaching like a certain level. I forget which level we had it, but point being, thank you guys so much for helping kids with mental health issues. I can't thank you guys enough so much. That's Pinky Dolphin level. How long did it take them? I want to say like, gosh, I think I commissioned them either, God, I think like I was in queue for a while. So like since September. So I want to say roughly about 2 months. And then in terms of like actual work, maybe about like a month or 3 weeks at worst. So yeah, special thanks to Amalus for making this amazing piece. But with that being said, I think it's time to get into the Stanley Parable. Wouldn't you guys agree? And yes, so for the record, I was actually afraid of this. I thought it was going to load into initial Stanley Parable, but no, it loaded into the Stanley Parable too, which is what I need because we are still on those bucket endings, folks. We are still trying to complete those bucket endings. Pinky needs to step. Oh my god. But with that being said, we are going to get started. Once again, I am following the guide by my lovely mod, Love Plays Games. As you're playing the Stanley Parable too. I know, right? I didn't think I was going to remember, though. That's the thing. Oh! Oh, right. Okay, this was the notification. Okay. I was a little scared there. But thank you again, Colin, for getting us to the level 4 hype train. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, also, you should be able to do the tape recording enter now. Yeah, I think I should be able to. But first, I need to get that press conference ending. Alright, so here we go. So it's up again, down again. I wonder how it's gonna be different now that, you know, I have the bucket. I feel like it's gonna be a little weird, you know?
This is the story of a
Man named Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Also, please let me
Sat at
know
his
if the
desk
audio
in
is
room
too loud or if it's
427,
too quiet.
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push.
Happy 12th birthday, Stephanie's!
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it
Soul-rending. Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in as if though he was made for exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Who is this Stanley and why does he own a Parable? Good question. I don't know, Brian. The real question is Stanley the 12-year-old Stephanie's? Okay, I need to find my bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Where is my emotional,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
emotional validation bucket?
Memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
It's a metaphor, Brian! Yes!
Still no.
But is it
Stanley needed
metaphor?
the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office.
Sorry, I feel like I'm summoning love with that one. Okay, good, stop. But yeah, I was referring to the original tape recorder ending that you couldn't do before. Yeah, I think once I get through this. Metaphor! Yes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Right, you have the bucket! The ending is different now! Go back to the class! I can't! I am locked in this room. But I will go back to the broom closet with the bucket. I swear to you. And yes, Love's like, oh, I don't remember adding that. Oh, wait, I did. Never mind. All right, me and you, bucket. Ooh, what's the metaphor? A
The
metaphor.
elevator raced down,
It's a literary
plummeting
device.
towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Should I just put like a bucket PNG next to me?
Everything will be fine.
I always want to put a bucket PNG next to me.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go
Go
back
back
up?
up?
When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
I know a lot of metas for games like Pokemon's. Not that kind of meta! You should wear the bucket like... Me? Wear a bucket hat? I don't know.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
Am I supposed to press the number 3? I got my bucket. It's a spoiler for the broom closet, but whatever. Yes. Okay, so I'm supposed to, like, press 3. Okay.
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
I think you'd look cute in it if you're nervous about how it will... I'm gonna put a bucket on my head! Look, here's the thing. Even if you think I'll look good in it, I will not feel good wearing a bucket on my head. It's like a bucket of shame.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing. Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
If it's a bucket of shame, I guess... No! Don't wear the bucket of shame! So be a bucket. You know, I didn't realize it before, but yes.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. He.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
Is it a press conference?
He decided right then and there.
Yeah!
Where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Come on, Bucket. You're gonna understand
For months,
what I
he
mean.
advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Waiting a reference to the number 3. I'm awaiting it. There it is! Free, 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 free.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3 again. 3 again! Free. Free, 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 free. 3. That's a magic number. Yes, it is. A shockingly 3, a dimensional character. Oh my god, starting to get flashbacks to number 20. What's up with the number 23? Because here's the thing. The number 24 isn't as funny. 25 is funny, though. Hey, Bucket, you and me.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
That was so sad! Bucket, what the fuck? Free's triggering for me because there's 2 frees and 33 and that game makes me sad. Oh my god. Okay, so we have just completed the press conference. Now, wrong bucket ending. Left door, go down the staircase. This ending will say that there is a content warning. It's part of the code for the other ending. All that really changed was the bucket. Unlike the other ending, this is more comical than anything triggering. Okay. And thank you for putting out my fiance's oh my god, I just put it in the document. Good job, me. Good job. Okay. Also, I'm just pretending to be clueless and oblivious. I know what a metaphor. Okay, I was about to say. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Wait, we have to get the broom closet ending!
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Colin, pardon me, I'm gonna stop edging you. Here you go. Enjoy.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I'm not handing it
How
over!
hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
No.
Stanley, I
No.
never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. But even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
Excuse
That
me?
your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved.
I thought we were friends in the broom closet. Yeah, I thought we were friends. I thought me and you here were friends. And no, you go to say that the bucket doesn't belong to me
Okay,
or being my friend.
Something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Ha!
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
No, it's not the
I've got a second
bucket.
sticker back here,
Oh.
and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Ha!
You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Oh, excuse me. Wait, what? It's a joke from last stream, Brian.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay. Why do you say bucket like that? I don't know. Okay. I think... Is that it? Ah! Why'd you bug me? I think that's it, though. Yeah, I think that's it. Fuck off.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, we're walking downstairs. And you said there's a figurine downstairs.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Wow!
Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh, that was way too right.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. "Am I crazy?" he asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
Where did my bucket go?
the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. "Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket." Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. "Come to me, Stanley. Find me." He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, it froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Huh?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Mariella, man!
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
But I had a bucket!
He didn't realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Oh.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work! She backflipped! Okay, give me 1 second, Ron. I just gotta run to the washroom. But a backflip! I'm back! Heck yes! My life kicks ass! It does. Okay. Next up on our list is... Wait. I can get a second broom closet ending. Broom closet goodbye ending. Left door, don't go into the boss's office. Okay. But first... Oh, wait, that's the one I just did? Oh, my bad. Okay, so I already got it. Thank you, love. Okay. So I'm gonna try the goodbye ending. Let's see if I can get this. No promises, because, like, the fact I got it the first time, I'm pretty shocked.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. I don't think I've ever heard you say edge.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
So, if I ever play... I don't think I'll ever play this game because, you know, I'm dumb as bricks. But if I ever played the game Catherine, you would hear me say the word edge a lot. Because in that game, it's like, edge. Edge. Did I just walk into a wall? Yes, I did.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
Edge.
the door on his left.
Let's see. Oh! How can we find them all? Trust the completioner's instinct. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies! Who are you? There will be cleaning of this wall required. I want them so bad. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. Mission status. A large room, locks of boxes. Some were both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. So actually they started like putting like the list. That is really cool. Oh, you love Catherine? Ah! Who's your favorite Catherine? I think mine's Catherine with a K. That's a focus tip for me and Tanner. Okay. Oh my god. They're trying to find all the figures, guys. Mine's Rim, but that's just me being bad and not caring. Completely fair. Completely fair. Which one is a fiance again? Catherine with a K.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping in.
Boom! I got it! This is a bucket. It is a bucket. I like this bucket. Yeah, Catherine with the K. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go! You are now leaving. Come on, Bucket, you and me, let's go! We're gonna make it, Bucket, you and me. Almost there. God, the shuffling of, like, the bucket is not, like, helping. Bucket. He will live on, Bucket. Don't cry. For you are going to escape this place. It's okay. Don't give up, Bucket. It's going to be alright. You will be safe, Bucket. Goodbye, Bucket. May you live a long and happy life. The fact is the whole anime, Kunzi, I know, right? I gotta say, that whole sequence gave me Shelter vibes. Because of, like, the dad putting his daughter in an escape pod. Abra, guess what? What? Get booped. You booped me? The fuck? Okay. Bucket Destroyer ending. Right door, turn left after the employee lounge, go down the elevator. So, I have to take revenge on the Bucket. Yeah, by Porter
All of
Robinson.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ah!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You can't get that right now. Do the tape recorder ending. So, do I just do it without the bucket? My buckets! No! No! Okay, so I guess we're doing tape recorder ending instead. You let it free. You escaped. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know. You let it free. Oh, but you're sorry, Colin. I'm just in agony right now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. How do I hold the fucking phone? How do I do that? Hold the fucking phone.
Another miniature.
I got it!
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerines!
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I'm in the vent now. I got in the vent. Oh. Oh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Narrator sound system.
You didn't think I was actually just a recorder?
Oh!
What a trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
What the fuck? Okay, so there we go. The tape recorder ending completed. Let's fucking go. Okay. So now we've got a bunch more. Let's see if we can get Bucket Destroyer. I want to see if we can get Bucket Destroyer. If it's still here. Also, I'm not gonna lie. That portion where, like, you know, I was balancing, I was actually really terrified. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. Who's ringing?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Huh. Bucket, hi.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Well, about that. Thankfully, that wasn't a recorded message.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Okay, so after that, I have to turn left after the employee lounge and go down the elevator. Okay.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Hey, I may be dumb. Bucket knows all. Thanks, Bucket. Yeah, Bucket, I got you.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bucket, we gotta go somewhere.
I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
It's an
We could make the
intervention.
Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
It's an intervention. We've got the broom closet, the pencil sharpener, the computer, the wife, the baby. Hi, baby. And the... Also, I did look for the figurine around here because I was very curious, but I'll follow you, Line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
It's back!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. I swear to God, if it's my bucket you're gonna destroy, we're gonna have issues. Oh no.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No!
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No!
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Bucket!
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
Oh yeah, we need the bucket
Okay,
merchandise.
The Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
You didn't even give me a moment to say goodbye.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
So emotional. If it makes you feel better, you can't destroy the bucket anyway. Okay, that's good to hear. Alrighty, that was the bucket destroyer ending. The powerful ending. Right door, go straight after the employee lounge, get onto the cargo lift and walk off while in the air. It just has different dialogue. Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said
Protect
the
me,
bucket.
bucket!
Now ride the lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Alright,
All
now
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I think next
Stanley
is
decided
the...
to go to the
Yeah,
meeting
I
room.
just got
Perhaps he had
powerful
simply missed the
ending.
memo.
Now I need the cushion ending, which is get on the cargo lift and walk off before you lift it. So I basically have to get cold feet.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down, since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay. You've got a bucket. Did you know that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices? It's true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive.
Okay, let's have that fairy. Whee!
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Whoops! Alright, that was the cushion ending. Okay. Monetize ending. Right door, go straight after the employee lounge. So this is the vent ending. Okay. Okay. I can do this.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the
There we
cargo
go.
lift.
We're sneaking in with our bucket! Okay.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
What?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same.
It does sound like gummy goo!
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Huh?
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What the fuck? Okay, for a second I thought like maybe he had a bucket fetish or something, but whoa, okay, so this bucket might be something else. Okay. Order ending is next up. Ah! Why'd you block me? Right door, go straight after the employee lounge, get on the cargo lift all the way to the end, pick up the phone. We're gonna pick up the phone!
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the
Alright,
meeting
I just
room.
saw some
Go
huge
somewhere
Wombo
else.
news.
The
DMs
cargo
in 10.
lift, Yes, go there.
Okay.
Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because...
Welcome back, love!
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
What the what? Virus, I don't know if I believe that. I feel like that's clickbait.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
I forgot to ask, how are you doing, Dougie? I'm doing pretty good. My new allergy medication has been working really well, so I've been able to brief my nose. Feels pretty good. Hey, what is this life that you propose, Bucket?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
What? Is this my apartment? My actual apartment, mind you. Where's the bucket? Where's my bucket? Where's my bucket? Oh, there you are! Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press Y to take me to work with you. Oh!
The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
There you are. Press A to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
But he wouldn't lie. Maybe he had to change I don't know.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different
It's
location.
my emotional
That's it.
support bucket.
It doesn't do anything else.
To listen to the loud man. Press A for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press B to ignore anyone in your life except for me. So this is toxic. But we have to do it to complete the ending. But just so you know, if anyone says ignore everyone else but me, toxic, manipulative, and that's fucked up.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from
That
room
scared
to room.
me.
It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go home, to work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no.
What?
I'm having feelings. The bucket. Oh, no.
Wait, is this the bucket
What's going
route?
on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's just say Louis done this, or like he lit a bunch of candles to make the scene more romantic. Louis done this, so I'm just like, what is this leading to? It's in the bed! Also, this is oh my God, there's like an elaborate painting. My God, there's candles everywhere. Oh my God. Again, very similar scene as like an engaged woman, but I'm also like, what am I about to do to this bucket?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give
No!
it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Close your eyes. to work, Stanley. I feel like that was literally like we just married the bucket. We married the bucket. Sorry, the way that love driving bucket. Like what the? Oh my god. This is either the fucky or a sacrifice, literally. I told you there was a bucket. Yeah, there's literally a bucket romance. Okay, the comedy ending. Pretty much what I thought like I could also do, which was unplug. Give me 1 sec though. I do have to run to the washroom again. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
What?
This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
He.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Alright, so the ending that love was so confused that I got the first time
Stanley
around.
clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Was the bucket always as controlling? No, the bucket usually was reassuring, so I don't know why they're taking this controlling
In here,
path.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
Okay.
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Huh?
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
What?
An effective survey
A
should be no less
survey!
than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged
What?
invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles.
I'm
All
done
of
with
us
this
must be prepared
funny.
to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back. I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
I am confusion.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, I guess I go for the one on the left? Or do I go for the one on the right? Love, do I just follow what he says? Hi, confusion. I'm... Not what I mean! You do what you want. Okay. Oh.
instruction already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I'll try the other door this time.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the
How was I supposed to know that?
The instructional video. I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
You're pulling puns?
Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale
This is the same. Hey!
What's another word?
I mean, you're not wrong, but also hey!
Mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
So that was the comedy ending. Okay, the next ending, quiz ending. Right door, go straight after the employee lounge, get onto the cargo lift, and jump to walk off onto the catwalk. Okay. The quiz ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, the bucket was
Said the
wrong.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop! Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, what is it? Okay, I lost. There we go. Is this a
Now then, I'm
bucket?
going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
Huh?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual
Oh,
bucket.
fuck off!
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
That's a bucket!
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a
Thank
bucket.
God.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
The orchestra is like enhancing the experience.
Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
What?
This is a bucket.
Excuse me? What world is that a bucket?
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course
Oh my
is not
God.
true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship
We're all
apart.
buckets.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game
What?
entirely. Okay. Here we
No!
go.
No!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
My God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that
The
issue.
code
but it doesn't
narrator.
change the
It was
fact
all a
that
bucket.
We haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yeah.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
They might marry a bucket. They might do something with the bucket.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
They might want loving quiz. And have a good one, Colin. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we got the quiz ending. Next up, it's time for the out-of-map ending. Fire Emblem Engage? I need to see this now.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Whee!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults.
What?
I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form.
What?
Transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart
You
the
calling
game,
out their
and
names,
we'll
calling-
agree to
crossing
never
paths
again
again,
go
12 are
trifling
coming
with
for
this
you.
bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
The Eldritch Bucket. Okay. So that was the out-of-map ending. And I see what you mean by the Fire Emblem Engage reference. Okay, so I think... How many endings do we have left now? We have 2. We have 2 whole endings left, people. With the exception of our ending, but we're not going to do that. Because that takes 4 hours, and I don't got that kind of time. Okay. Finish the sequel ending, the figurines ending, and restart the game at least 4 times. Okay, so I need to find all of the figurine endings. I'll look at the locations of the figurines. Hang on. Thank you. But yeah, no, like, as soon as the 12 sage, like, emblems came out, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's Fire Emblem Engage! rise from 1,000 years ago, shaking of a hazy dream. Meet the flower who cares for everyone, the rising force in black and steel, fighting through a desert sand. Meet the snow that sweeps across the field, the light and dark restore our skies tonight, heal our wounds and learn from yesterday. You calling out their names, crossing paths again, 12 are coming through, bright to star another place, do you remember me? Memories of red and blue, reigniting you, you bear your fangs and roar, free yourself forevermore, here and now. Bonds of fire connect us, love provides, protects us, like the heroes from the pages, like the stories of the ages. Bonds of hope unite us, shining on to guide us. Skies above embrace the beauty. The time is now for you and me. Sorry, everyone. Okay, the next one you need to go to the room with the red and blue doors. Don't bring the bucket. Okay, how do I get there again? Catwalk! Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone
I never heard that one either!
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay, so I can restart. Thank you. I'm glad I can restart, by the way. Oh my god, it's doing it again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This one is located in the boss's office after typing 2845 in the boss's keypad and opening the secret passageway. Instead of turning left towards the elevator, turn right and find the figurine. If you miss it, don't worry, you can always go back up the elevator. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward.
I love the New Age music. There it is.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
There we go. Alright. This one is located in the executive bathroom found outside the boss's office. From the left of the door you entered, you should find the labeled door to the bathroom. Entering it, you can find the figurine sitting on the closed toilet seat.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set
We're
of
going
two
to the
open doors,
bathroom!
he entered the door on his left.
Oh. My god, the lighting changed in here. This is really creepy. That was creepy.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There it is. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say it's a lovely purse. Don't you dare touch my purse.
And there it is.
Woohoo!
The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay, now reset one more time. Okay. And just keep walking. Okay. Oh.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those
Oh.
figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Memory Zone! Stanley Parable. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh. Oh my god.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
The number is out of order, guys.
Okay,
Warehouse.
Let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? No. The red and blue door room was the 4th place you found a family, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the red and blue door room feels like the 3rd place you
It was
found
the
collectibles,
4th? Oh my
you're
god!
making judgments. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well,
No.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but
No.
it's here in the memory zone, so it must be.
Huh? I'm so sad. It feels like every time I'm close to winning a game, my team finds a way to throw and lose. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. But no, we didn't find it through here. Okay, this I remember.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Windows Movie Maker! Never mind, here it is! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Well, there we go! You still got to see it, love! Best boy?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
The final one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the boss's bathroom. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
What's going on? You are in the present.
And then
Whoa.
there was no more.
Whoa.
Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Thank you, Memory Zone.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to
I
move
legit
on.
thought it was
Stop the loading
buffering.
screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction.
Huh?
See how that feels. Okay, yes, the boss's bathroom. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yes, it's so good.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one. This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Can you find them?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the... Oh, yes!
Oh.
The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
The narration?
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
What?
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man
Named Stanley. Alright, give me 1 second, everyone. I just gotta run to the washroom. I'll be right back. As I forget to unmute, we are on our last ending, everyone. We finished the sequel ending, the figurines ending. Now we have to restart the game 4 times. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 'Fuck? Hold on, I'm
All
gonna
his
peek.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like the actual game. Okay, so close. So 1. And do I have to load into the game? Or do I just have to, like, get to the title screen? And you already did that part. If the options guy doesn't talk to you anymore. Oh! Oh! Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah, I did. I did. Here we go. Here we go. Many, many years later. What? Oh! Oh! Moon! This fire looks cool. Oh! Oh! Full moon! This song is really pretty, and it's the Stanley Parable of all things. I know, right? Sunset. Should we ride off into the sunset? Oh. Oh boy. Memory zone? In loving memory, Stanley Parable 2. Oh boy. This is creepy. Your bucket should be outside somewhere. Oh. Well, I can't go back. My bucket is gone. Well. Cookie Nine's blog. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. When the game teamed with originality, the Stanley 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable, like the adventure line? Instead, we get uninspired side quests collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite a comforting, warm reprieve from... And then it cuts off. Your fault for not reading chat again. Yeah. Whoops. The gym button's back! Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but the disastrous, critical, and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that the more Stanley Parable is not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not be further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. There's more gym buttons. Stanley.
Jim. Stanley. 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 Jim. Jim.
This
Stanley.
one button says Stanley!
Stanley.
It's the graveyard of figurines. Can I collect them? Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh! Hello again. I found you! I found you! It's nice to see you! But it's terrible to learn there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Simple. All we need to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. Half employee. No more Fistful of Saturday Night sequel. Quarterly sequel, quarterly. How about this? No more computer virus. The Stanley Parable 3. No more computer virus. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the change itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. Don't need to do that. It will just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say in it as well. Don't do it. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. And that's it! We completed the epilogue, everyone! Holy shit! I'll check and see if there's anything else that happens when I reload the game, because I'm curious. And that's it! But we did it, guys! We completed the Stanley Parable! I mean, if you said yes, you could keep changing the title and the screen would change. That's fair. But I feel like that's the end of the story. Oh my gosh. But thank you guys for joining me on this crazy journey. Wow. But now you have to go for the whole epilogue again. Yeah, that's fair. But with that being said, that's going to be it for Stanley Parable today. And once again, I want to give a huge thank you to my mod, Love. She was the one who made the guide for me to basically follow along after my initial playthrough. And I cannot thank her enough for all the work she did to help make this stream possible. Because through her, we nearly saw every single ending in this game, with the exception of the art ending, but fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. That is too much. That is too much. I'm going to lose my mind if I have to do the baby game, because that is going to make me feel so awful and feel so upset. But, like every other stream I do, I think I want to sing something if that's okay. And I think I have to do this. Right 1,000 years ago, shaking up a hazy dream. Meet the flower who cares for everyone, the rising force in black and steel, fighting in a desert sand. Meet the snow that sweeps across the field, the light in dark crystal bright skies tonight. Heal the wounds and learn from yesterday. You calling out their names, crossing paths again. 12 are coming through, brighter from another place. Do you remember me? Memories of red and blue, reigniting you. Bear your fangs and roar, free yourself forevermore, here and now. Emblem, engage! Bonds of fire connect us, love provides, protects us like the heroes from the pages, like the stories of the ages. Bonds of hope unite us, shining on to guide us. Skies above embrace the beauty. The time is now for you and me. Love us, led us to a new today, so scars of pain can fade away. Healing winds are blowing through. Night of shadows cast, reminding us of heroes seen in dreams of past. Again, a vice is what wise counsel and acumen. Seven are slumbering, flames are flickering in this ruined world. Promise to uphold. Will you remember me? Under the shattered room, slavery queens anew. Clouds are soaring high, summer winds across the sky. Hear our call. Emblem eternal. Bonds of love are bold and when the emblems have woken, like our faces in the mirror, twin reflections glowing clearer. Bonds of light to lead us, a new dawn to greet us. Dragonstone is red as ruby. The time is now for you and me. Fighting beside you is the greatest honor I've ever known. Standing together so we never have to battle alone, as we did that day of reckoning. You calling out their names, crossing paths again. 12 are coming through, brights us from another place. Do you remember me? Memories of red and blue, reigniting you. Bay your fangs and roar, free yourself forevermore, here and now. Emblem, engage! Bonds of fire connect us, love provides, protects us like the wisdom of the sages, like the emblems of the ages. Bonds of hope unite us, shining on to guide us. Skies above embrace the beauty. The time is now for you and me. Woven into all our memories, the fire emblem burns eternally. If you guys didn't catch on, I was singing that because, well, there was a very tongue-in-cheek reference to Fire Emblem Engage in one of the endings. I was like, no, we cannot not sing Emblem Engage after that. But with that being said, normally I sing a little more, but I feel that is a good place to stop for today. Oh, not at all. But with that being said, why don't we raid someone? Let's see who's online. Oh, not at all. The game was released in 2022. Engage was 2020. Well, very coincidental, nonetheless. Very coincidental. Okay, I think because of something that frickin' Virus has stated, I think we should go visit our good buddy Glitch. I just have to wait for the ad to pull through. But I think it'd be good to say hello to Glitch. They are doing a no mic night stream, so they're just drawing. But I'm pretty sure we'll be able to go say hi. Because apparently in their recent notification, it said, and I quote, "Babe, wake up. Glitch is live and announced he loves vegetables. We gotta confront him on this." Alright, everyone. Remember,